From birth, every man on the planet is given a gift, and this is the gift of the mind. And inside of your mind right now is the answer to every problem that you ever had in the past, the present, and the future. And like the program on a computer, our minds can be hacked for our own benefit, but only if you know how. In this world, there is something called a 1% man, and he is part of a very rare group. And the reason why he is part of this group is because he knows certain things that allow him to succeed where most other men tend to fail. What you're about to learn are a few simple things that will allow you to become part of the 1% of men out there who have decided that they're going to do things a little bit differently than the other 99%. Number 1, change your perception. The way that we see the world changes everything in our daily life. Think about how things would change if you could only see the world in black and white. Most likely, you would wreck your car because you wouldn't be able to tell a red light from a green light. Or what if you could only see the world from the top of a giant skyscraper? Sure, you'd see the big picture pretty easily, but you would miss all of the little details that are so important. Every single person on the planet right now is seeing the same world that you and I see, except each person is seeing a slightly different version than the rest of us. Why? Because our beliefs, experiences, and even our insecurities shape the way that we see things. For example, one guy can look at the ocean and see a huge wave and he will get excited imagining himself surfing it, while at the same time another guy looks at this same exact wave and instead of seeing an opportunity, he experiences fear and quickly looks away from it. Both men saw the same exact wave, but each man saw something completely different than the other based on things like their beliefs and their experiences. Rare men are those who are able to see the world through many different lenses instead of seeing only the world that is clouded by their past experiences, insecurities, and beliefs. Becoming more like a 1% man involves training yourself to see the world and things like opportunities for what they really are. And to do this, when looking at something like an opportunity, you have to look past your experiences, your fears, and other things that could cloud your judgment. Maybe the last girl that you trusted played you, and standing in front of you right now is another girl or another opportunity, so to speak. So are you going to see this girl for what she really is, or do you only see her through the lens of your past experience that tells you that she's going to play you just like the last girl did? Number 2, impress your real self. Imagine if you were on a trip to Africa and a giant elephant started charging towards you. You could sit there all day long and tell yourself that the elephant is really a nice guy. There's no way that he would actually stomp you with several thousand pounds of weight. But the other, far more important part of your mind, called the subconscious, is going to make you turn and run away from that elephant faster than you've ever ran before. 99% of people who have problems with fear, confidence, self-esteem, insecurities, and so many other things wish they knew this one simple trick that you're about to learn, because it is able to solve all of these problems. Back when I was younger, there was a girl that I really liked, but she was super good looking, and at the time, I considered her to be way out of my league. And I would sit and tell myself 100 times, using my conscious mind, or that little voice that we all have in our head, that I got this, and that all that I have to do is man up and go talk to her. And no matter how many times I told myself it would be easy, at the end of the day, it wasn't easy. The mistake that 99% of guys make is thinking that their conscious mind is the one in charge, so this is what they are always trying to impress, not realizing that it's the other way around. You can tell yourself all day long that you're not afraid of elephants, but these words mean absolutely nothing if you can't prove it to your subconscious. The key to facing any fear or improving your confidence or improving yourself in any other way is to impress your subconscious. And your subconscious is the part of the brain that is totally silent yet totally in control of your entire life. You can sit there all day long and talk with your conscious mind and tell yourself that you're the most confident guy out there, but until you actually prove it through experience, you will never be the most confident guy out there. Your brain will just laugh at you and never actually believe that it's true. And the so-called elephant that we're talking about in this example could be anything. It could be a fear of chasing your dreams, or a lack of confidence, or certain situations that make you really nervous. And all you have to do to completely hack your mind and change your life for the better is prove it. You have to get out there and through experience give that 800-pound gorilla in your head the proof or evidence that it needs to believe you. Because once your subconscious is presented with enough evidence, you truly will not be afraid of the elephant anymore, no matter how fast or how hard it's charging at you. Number 3, don't be desperate. If there was ever such a thing as kryptonite for your mind, it would be called desperation. So many guys go through life trying to please people who reject them, or people who don't care about them, or people who just want to use them for things. And they always say that you can't hustle a hustler because he can see you coming from a mile away, sizing you up and decoding your intention so quickly that he knows what's going on far before you ever even have a clue. Desperation is one of the greatest weaknesses of the human mind, and it causes men to do all sorts of awful things. Desperation is what causes you to stay at that dead-end job that you've been working for 10 years because you become so dependent on it and so desperate that you feel like you could never leave. Desperation is what causes you to lose a ton of money when you need to sell something quickly, and it regularly makes men an easy target for manipulation. No matter what the situation, removing your mind from desperation will help you to become more like the 1% of men who succeed in whatever it is they set their mind to, rather than remaining part of the 99% of men who have simply chosen to settle. And with that said, until next time, thanks for watching.